What's up, everybody? It's FarmerMunchiezzz. We're back here on the Homestead Survival Challenge. We need to send some TMR to our cows over yonder. So I was going to make a few trips. Make sure we have some happy cows. Happy cows give happy milk. After that, we need to put a second stage of fertilization on our sorghum as well as our soybeans. And then I'm thinking we need to find a way to raise some money. We're going to need a harvester really soon, as well as a way to cut our grass. So we're going to need to get some kind of mowing utensil and a way to pick up that grass. We'll give our cows one more truckload of TMR. So we'll take a look at the contracts. We have to use the equipment we have to do contracts, and we don't have that much equipment, so we're kind of limited. But if we could pick up a nice fertilizing contract or a mowing contract, we could buy something to mow with and then pay it off with mowing contracts. We'll have to see. Let's check our aminals and see if they're good. Our chickens have 4,000 liters of food. Our cows have 11,000 liters of TMR. We might have to get more food for the chickens. Hopefully they last out until we get the sorghum going. I guess we'll see. Let's take a look at the contracts and see what's available. We got a fertilizing contract on 14 for 11,000. We got a couple little fertilizing contracts, one on 2, one on 3, one on 7. Got a nice harvesting contract, but we don't have a harvester. Got a nice mulching contract. We don't have a mulcher, and I don't think we'll need one. And a stone picker contract. We don't have stone picking. So I'm thinking we bust out 14, 2, 3, and 7. We'll try 14, 2, and 3 and see how that goes. We'll accept those. We'll accept that contract on 14. We'll accept the contract on 3. And we'll accept the contract on 2. We have 3 contracts to do. Let's grab our spreader and knock out a couple contracts, make some money. Back on up to this thing. We have some fertilizer in here. We can fill it up at the store. We'll have money. And see how far we get. I'll meet you at the store. All right, we made it to the store. Let's get this thing filled up with some fertilizer. Come down to our consumables. Check the sales. Maybe there's some in there. That'd be kind of nice. Get some on sale. Of course not. Try buying 4. That's 5,700 liters. Or we'll try buying 4. That's 4,000 liters. $5,700. One contract will cover it. Or hopefully we can do them all with that. All right, let's go do our first contract. Should be the field right around here. I believe the first one is right in front as we come out here. Yep. Our first field is right in front of us. We'll start on the far end. Set up our GPS. Work with one head length. Okay. We'll lock on. And let's knock this contract out. one contract done. About 15% used. Not bad. Our next field is right up ahead. We got this little triangle field right here. And let's knock her out. All right, another contract down. We got one more to go. I think we might have enough to do it. Let's see where it's at. Field 14 up there. Sounds good. I'll meet you up there. All right, we made it to our last field. Let's get her locked on. And let's knock her out. And another contract finished. We had to get a couple extra bags of fertilizer, but that's alright. Just means we have fertilizer for more contracts. Let's hand these in. Ben will give us 11,200. Katie will give us 6,700. And David will give us 6,500. All right, we're all collected. Let's see what we got. We didn't do too bad. We spent 7,600 on fertilizer and made 24,600 in contracts. So we still pocketed about 16 G's and still have a full trailer, pretty much 3/4 of a trailer of fertilizer left. Not too shabby. Now that we got a little money, let's go in the shop. Inside sales, I've been eyeballing this mower. They got the Samasz front mower for 7,800. We can run that on the front. We definitely got to do something about those colors, though. We'll have it match our Unimog. And we'll buy that up for 7,800. And we need a way to catch our grass. There's nothing in sales for that. But I think we go with a forage wagon. It's the cheapest way to go. We'll get this little Pöttinger. And we can use the mower on the front and the Pöttinger on the back and mow and pick up grass at the same time. I think that's going to work most awesome. Can we do our BKTs on here? No. We'll go trail bog. That's fine. We'll buy that up. And we have our grass set up now. We can take a look at harvesters and see how much we got to save up. We got a little Kloss here for 90,000. We got the Massey Ferguson for 45,000. We don't have very big fields. I think that might be the way to go. 45,000. Let's see what it costs for a header. 9,800 for a header. So 10 G's. 55,000. We get a harvester and a header. We don't need it at the moment. Maybe one will come into sales, so we'll hold off. But while we have this spreader with fertilizer hooked up, we should go back to our homestead, go forward to May, and do the second fertilization on our sorghum and our soybeans. I'll meet you back at our homestead. All right, it's a beautiful May morning. Kind of beautiful. Still cloudy. Let's go get these fields fertilized for the second time. We'll head over to the sorghum field first. Grass is ready to harvest right now. It's only at the first stage. Next month it'll be completely ready. Get her lined up. We'll lock on. And let's get these fields fertilized.
Crack of dawn, tiles hitting dirt, got that spreader swinging, doing honest work. Sorghum and soy, time to feed the land with that unimog purring like a southern band. Sorghum time, dropping down white lines of that solid line. Steady hand, steady rows, can't skip a beat. This homestead life don't come with cheats. And I roll on over to the soybean side. That unimog's groaning, but she's full of pride, pouring out strength from that lizard rig so these seeds can rise up strong and big. Yeah, sorghum rows and soybean rows, running that spreader where the hard work shows. Tassi farms got soul in every grain. In this homestead challenge we embrace the strain. No shortcuts here, just hard and low. Living strong down these soybean roads. We built these fields from blood and steel. No hired hands, just that homegrown feel. Each patch of dirt tells a chapter or two, and I write mine and fertilizer do. This ain't just land, it's legacy plowed. Krustoo laid the map, now we're standing proud. From nothing to something, one field at a time. That's the homestead grind in a rockin' rhyme. Yes,
all right, fertilizationing is done. Perfect. We'll park this. We have some pallets we have to clean up from our garden. We can put those in storage. Get rid of this fertilizer in the back. Alright, before we go mess with the pallets in our garden, we need something to haul the pallets with. I don't think my little back end of this unimog's gonna do that. I have something in mind. I was thinking if I had a homestead, what kind of trailer would I have? I'm definitely not gonna have some long flatbed. I think if I was in the middle of nowhere, I'd probably just have some kind of utility trailer. Something that can haul anything at any time, whatever I needed. So I think that's what we're going to do on our homestead. We're going to have a utility trailer. And yes, it has auto load on it because there's a lot of pallets. And I don't plan on doing that by hand or by forklift or even by super strength. So we'll get a utility trailer for 9,500. And there's something else we have to do. I'll show you at the shop when we get there. I'll meet you over there. All right, we made it to the shop. Before we pick up our trailer, our first stop is going to be right here. We need to fix our Unimog. Our back end is not working for us. Let's go to customize. And we have this little tiny dump back end. Unfortunately, it only holds about 2,000, and I cannot feed the cows fast enough. So we need to extend that if possible. Is that the one we need? I think that's the one that's going to work. It's just got a top on it we got to get off. And then we can put the TMR in there. Hopefully. We're going to try that. All right. So now we're cooking with fire. Should be able to take the top off. Yep. All right. Let's go pick up our trailer. Our lawn equipment should be over here too. I suppose we can take our front mower with us. And then we'll grab our utility trailer. Might as well make this trip worth it. And let's get back to the farm. Sorry, let's get back to the homestead. Alright, let's drop this mower off. Drop it right under the shed right here. We'll just stick it right in here. And our cows are mighty hungry. I wasn't feeding them fast enough. So they are completely out of food. So we'll drop our utility trailer here real quick. Take the cover off our top and let's feed our cows. They're hollering at us. See if this will work the way I think it's going to work. Total mixed rations. Yay! 6,500 liters at a time. That's a lot better than 2,200. Just make these cows happy. Drop it in. I'm going to take a few more loads to them, and then we'll get to our pallets. Well, I filled up the moo cows. They should be happy. They have 40,500 liters of TMR. We could dump this little bit back in. And that leaves us 15,500 liters. Hopefully, our crops will grow by then. We just need our grass and our straw. I might even look into, when we get straw, if we can get manure from these cows. That would be most awesome. Alright, what was I doing? Oh yes, utility trailer pallets. Let's hook up to our trailer. Yes, ladies, I know you're happy. Alright, let's get this trailer hooked up. And let's clear some of these pallets. See what we actually got. I'm going to say we have quite a few. Alright, just pick up some pallets. All right. We've cleared our potatoes and our lettuce. Now let's go clear our tomatoes and strawberries. All right, we got our last trailer full of strawberries and tomatoes. You can see what the final tally is of everything. I think we only needed 5 pallets of each. I think we way overdid considering it's only May. Let's see what we got. 78 pallets of potatoes, 31 pallets of strawberries, 29 pallets of lettuce, and 31 pallets of tomatoes. I'm not sure how everybody else is doing, but that seems like a lot. And I don't have an overpowered greenhouse or garden. I'm going to have to see how everybody else is doing. Well, we're going to end that episode here. We'll come back with you next month in June when we can mow our grass. We'll mow a little grass, make a little hay, get down tonight. All right, that's enough of that. I appreciate everyone hanging out with me, FarmerMunchiezzz. I'm going to end this episode like I end every episode. Come on back. Let's see what kind of madness we can create. Everyone have a great day. Have a wonderful night. And we'll see you on the next one. Bye.